You're scrolling through your feed at 2 in the morning when you see her. Natalie Chen, 26 years old. Sitting cross-legged on her bedroom floor, organizing skincare products into soft, aesthetic rows. Serums on the left. Moisturizers on the right. Labels facing forward, perfectly aligned. The lighting is warm. The music is lo-fi. Everything about the scene feels engineered for comfort, the kind of content designed to make you feel like you're hanging out with a friend who has her life together. And that's why no one notices what's wrong. Natalie built her following the way most influencers do now: consistency, relatability, and something that felt like authenticity, even if it was carefully curated. 340,000 followers watched her morning routines, grocery hauls, and get ready with me videos that somehow turned applying moisturizer into a moment of reflection. She wasn't a celebrity. She wasn't controversial. She existed comfortably in the middle of the algorithm. But there was one thing that set Natalie apart. She live-streamed constantly. Not just scheduled content. Not just planned broadcasts. Hours at a time. Cooking dinner. Folding laundry. Sitting in silence while answering emails. Sometimes she wouldn't even speak. The camera would just sit there, watching her exist. The streams rarely pulled more than a few hundred viewers at once, but they were almost always on. Like a window left open to her life. On March 14th, Natalie started a stream titled "Chill Night In, Come Hang." It was evening. The camera sat in its usual position, angled toward the kitchen island. Natalie stood chopping vegetables for a stir-fry, chatting casually with the comments. Someone joked about her knife skills. Someone else asked what moisturizer she was using. She laughed. She answered. Everything felt normal. 17 minutes into the stream, something happened. It was subtle. The kind of thing your brain registers but doesn't immediately process. In the full-length mirror behind her, leaning against the wall near her bedroom door, there was movement. Just a flicker. A shadow crossing the frame that didn't match Natalie's movements. Most of the 231 viewers didn't notice. The stream continued uninterrupted. Natalie kept chopping vegetables, kept talking about whether she should try therapy or just buy more plants. But 3 people noticed. One of them typed into the chat, "Ghostwatcher, did anyone else see that?" The message vanished into the endless scroll of comments. Natalie didn't react. She finished cooking. She ate. She cleaned up. 43 minutes later, she smiled at the camera, said goodnight, and ended the stream. But Ghostwatcher had already clipped the moment. 17 seconds of footage. Uploaded to a small forum dedicated to analyzing influencer content. By the next morning, 14 people had watched it. By noon, over 100. Someone enhanced the image. Adjusted the contrast. Slowed the footage down frame by frame. In the mirror's reflection, barely visible, was the outline of a figure standing in the doorway of Natalie's bedroom. A figure that shouldn't have been there. The early comments were cautious. Rational. Probably a lighting glitch. Could be a coat rack. Mirrors distort things. But curiosity has momentum. And once people start looking closely, they don't stop. Viewers began scrubbing through Natalie's old live streams. Hours of footage dissected like evidence. They started noticing inconsistencies. A door that appeared open in a reflection but closed in the main camera view. The faint sound of footsteps during a stream from a week earlier, footsteps Natalie didn't acknowledge. A shadow sliding across the wall behind her during a skincare routine, visible only in the reflection of her vanity mirror. Always reflections. Always at the edge of the frame. Natalie went live again 2 days later. Morning coffee chat. She looked tired, but not alarmed. When she addressed the comments, she laughed. "You guys are wild," she said, holding up her phone to show the flood of concerned messages. "I promise I'm fine. I live alone. There's no one here. Sometimes lighting is weird. Sometimes cameras glitch. That's it." But something else felt off. Someone pointed out that the sunlight through her window didn't match the time she claimed it was. Another viewer noticed that the breakfast she'd casually prepared was identical to one she'd made weeks earlier. Same plate, same arrangement, same chipped mug. A user with too much time and relentless focus began cataloging everything. Timestamps. Screenshots. Comparisons. 12 hours of analysis condensed into a 30-page document posted to Reddit. At that point, Natalie wasn't a lifestyle influencer anymore. She was evidence. The comments on her streams became impossible to control. Check your bedroom. Call the police. There's someone in your apartment. Moderators worked overtime deleting messages, banning accounts, trying to preserve normalcy. But the narrative had already shifted. Natalie had become a mystery unfolding in real time. On March 22, 8 days after the first anomaly, Natalie started what would be her final livestream. It was titled Addressing Everything. The lighting was harsher, less curated. She sat on her couch, staring directly into the camera. "I don't know what else to tell you," she said. Her voice was calm, but thin. "I've checked my apartment. I've had friends over. There's no one here. You're seeing things because you want to see them. Because that's more interesting than just a person living her life." She paused. Behind her, in the black screen of the television, her reflection stared back. And in that reflection, someone stood directly behind the couch. Close enough to touch her. The chat exploded. Messages flooded in faster than they could be read. "Behind you. Turn around. Natalie, please." But Natalie didn't turn around. She didn't flinch. She kept talking. Kept insisting everything was fine. The figure in the reflection didn't move. 4 minutes and 37 seconds into the stream, the screen went black. Natalie never went live again. For 3 days, nothing happened. Followers contacted local police for welfare checks. Messages were sent to family members. The apartment management declined to comment. Police confirmed a wellness check but gave no details. Theories multiplied. She was dead. She was kidnapped. She staged it. She needed space. Then, on March 25, Natalie's account posted a video. Not a live stream. A pre-recorded clip. 15 seconds long. Natalie sat on the couch wearing the same clothes from her last stream. She smiled, a stiff, practiced expression. "Thank you for your concern," she said. "I'm taking a break from streaming. I'm safe. I'll be back soon." Comments were disabled. The account went dark. But people kept digging. Because that's what we do now. We analyze. We excavate. We convince ourselves that watching closely enough can stop something terrible. A forensic video analyst examined the final stream. They noticed something chilling. In every reflection, mirrors, windows, screens, the figure appeared. But Natalie never once looked at any of them. Not the mirrors. Not her phone screen. Not the television. Like she trained herself not to see. Or like she already knew what was there. Here's what emerged later. Natalie Chen filed a restraining order on January 9, 2 months before the anomalies began. Against her ex-boyfriend, Marcus Webb. The order stated he'd become obsessed with her content, her following, her online life. He'd made vague threats. He was legally barred from coming near her. Marcus Webb was arrested on March 28 for failure to appear in court on an unrelated charge. During the arrest, police searched his apartment. They found over 300 hours of footage. Recordings of Natalie's streams. And recordings from inside her apartment. Footage from angles her camera never captured. Footage of her sleeping. Footage of her crying after ending streams. Footage of her living, believing herself alone. He'd been inside her apartment for weeks. Moving carefully. Avoiding direct camera angles. Appearing only in reflections. He knew her schedule. He knew when she was live. When she was distracted. When she wouldn't notice a door opening behind her. The question everyone asks is simple. Did she know? When the comments warned her. When the evidence mounted. When she insisted everything was fine, was she protecting herself? Was she performing normalcy because breaking character meant acknowledging the horror? Or had she truly not seen what hundreds of thousands of strangers saw? We'll never know. Natalie deleted her account a week after Marcus's arrest. No explanation. No return. Just gone. And what haunts people isn't just what happened to her. It's this. We were all watching. Every viewer. Every commenter. Every person who clipped footage and analyzed reflections, we were there, witnessing a crime unfold in real time. We saw it happening and couldn't stop it. Couldn't reach through the screen. Could only watch. And we'll do it again. Because somewhere right now, someone is live streaming their life. Someone is leaving a window open to the world. And somewhere in the background, in a reflection, a shadow, a sound just barely out of frame, something is wrong. And we're watching. Always watching. But never close enough to help. The mirror never lies. But sometimes, the truth is only visible to people who aren't actually there. What are your thoughts about this? Let us know in the comment section.